With asset libraries like Megascan, Scan Library, and Polygon, there's never been this many high-quality assets that artists can create environments with. My name's Hunter Rosenberg, and in today's video, we'll be exploring how GraphN Library can help you whip up some stunning scenes with those assets. First, let's open up the surface scatter in GraphN Library. Its purpose is simple. Let's give it some meshes. It will first need a surface like the terrain to scatter on, and some meshes like grass to scatter, and then it'll do its magic. At this point, I'm just going to adjust the grass a little bit just so that it fills out the landscape better. Next, I want to remove the grass that's near the water and make it smaller in that region as well. What I'll do is I'll create a spline along the riverbank and I'll use the curve tool to project the curve onto my ground. It's quite simple. We'll open up Curve Project and we'll select the curve and we'll select the mesh that we want to project it to. After that, you press play and it's projected directly on the ground. It's as simple as that. With that done, we'll go ahead and hide this curve just so that it's out of sight. It'll always be in our outliner so we can select it. I'll go ahead and rename this curve just so that I know what it does. You can also bump up the resolution of the curve if needed, so I'll just bump it up to 10. But it will always be accessible through the scene tools to be used again. With that done, I'll pass this newly created curve as a proximity object to surface scatter, and from there we'll have full control of the grass proximity to the riverbank. It's incredibly easy to use. What we need to do now is we need to invert the proximity so that the grass is growing towards the riverbank, not from it. So that's what I'll do. At this point, I'll just edit the grass a little bit just to give it a little bit more shape and volume. Now that that's done, I'll create a new instance and I'll scatter a bunch of rocks and pebbles in this area. And from here on, the real fun begins. I'll just keep layering details like smaller pebbles near larger pebbles, variations of grass, moss on rocks, and so on. Surface Scatter was the first tool we built in GraphN Library, and to this day, it's one of the most practical ones. As you can see, my environment creation process now barely contains any boring or menial tasks. All my assets are from some library. I'm fully in charge of creating the main setup and overall composition, and the detail pass is also completely under my control. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to check out the other tutorials, as they all contain a plethora of tools, each showcasing how you make your workflow truly shine. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.